Hi, hi everyone. I am back, Wendy, for another manga talk. Um, um, so I talked about intense in my last video. It's time to go on to what I want to talk about for this video. So, I just finally finished reading. Sorry. Your knuckles hard against the floor. Our dining table. Sorry, I keep thinking it's dining room table and it's not. And I'm like, ah. Our Dining Table by Mita Ori. Ooh. How that's peeling up. Fix that somehow. Alright, so. God damn all of you who were like, the story made me cry, and I thought it was gonna make me cry in a different way. And then I was reading it, and I was like, oh, this is why I cried my fucking eyes out like 5 different times, okay? I haven't cried that much for a manga in so long. This made me cry and cry and cry, and oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It is just so fucking good. Like, I just can't stress enough. Like, so at first, for some reason, I didn't read the back of this when I bought it, and I assumed that he was father and he was son. And I was like, I mean, those stories aren't really for me. They're cute, but I don't like kids that much. Like, they're gross, they're snotty, they can't help themselves. I have got to change my mind because my fiance, I mean, I don't have to change my mind, but it would be nice because my fiance, he's great with kids and he would be a great father, so that's something we can discuss down the road. But yeah, I don't really like I hate babies. I don't think they're cute. The only baby I ever thought was cute was my niece, and I'm not even being biased there. Like, my niece, Isla, is fucking cute. If I had a picture to show you, I would show you, but I don't at the moment. I'd have to pull out my tablet and go to Facebook, and that's just too much work. So, I don't like kids. I don't really like seeing kids in stories, especially when I'm reading manga and BL. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This isn't why I'm reading this. But I have an exception every once in a while. And the only babies I have thought were cute, well, kids I thought were cute, really, really cute, oddly enough, was in, was it Remnant, or was it, anyway, one of the, main big Man Beast mangas, where you get the Le Petite, kids, they're pretty cute. I'll have to show an example some other time, because I didn't expect to talk about that in this video. But yeah, kids are kind of just not my thing. But Tane here is fucking adorable, okay? Like, I admit it, he is super cute. That's that colored page there. Looks like poppies. He is pretty cute. But, they keep showing these stupid panels of him where he's getting rice all over his face. And, oh, you can't see it there. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. I don't think that's cute. Wipe your fucking face off. Like, I don't know that happens with kids. I go over to my, well, Isla's just perfect. She doesn't get food on her face very often. But, other kids, I'm like, ugh, please wipe off your face. Please get that snot off your face. I was not expecting this video to be I hate kids video, but that kind of happened. There is one scene in particular here that is really, really adorable. Oh, that's when he's making the... Oh, this is probably my favorite scene with him. He is so cute there with his little hat, his boots, and his mittens. Oh my god. Okay, so cute. So cute. So cute. But anyway, one of the main things I really wanted to talk about in this story was... Holy shit. Sorry, I'm more froggy than I expected. Okay. So we got Yutaka here. We got Tane, and we got Minoru. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. They are brothers, and they lost their mom. I guess it was a couple years ago, and they live with their dad. And you can tell that the grandma is the one who usually comes over and like cooks for them and make sure they are eating well. And he's in college and he's like a salaryman. And I meet this guy who makes really good onigiri. I never know how that's pronounced, so onigiri. So hopefully, I mean, if you see that I'm not pronouncing that right, please just like send, or I could look it up myself after and see. But he's a loner, not necessarily always by choice, and he is uncomfortable eating in front of people. In this video, I am going to talk about some spoilers in it, because there's some things I want to discuss, and I can't discuss it without doing some spoilers, so sorry if you just want a brief overview of the story, brief review over the story, but there's just a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. Well, not a lot, there's a couple things I want to discuss, or I might not do super spoilers, but there is one thing in particular that I wanted to talk about. But anyway, so they meet this guy and they invite him over for to eat with them, and he helps them cook because there's something with their rice machine. They didn't clean it properly or whatever, so he teaches them how to cook rice and how to make how he makes his onigiri, and kind of like a development story of him starting to get comfortable eating around them, and he just has so much fun hanging out with them every weekend and eating with them. And I actually thought he was gonna fall for Minoru first, but no, it was the other way around. Minoru fell for Yutaka first. I wasn't expecting that, and that was a nice, cute twist for the story. Especially when he, as you see, the art's very cute, and it's very subtle. It kind of uses scratchy lines. It reminded me a lot of I Hear the Sunspot, or actually it's there. I was actually surprised it was not the same mangaka, because the art reminded me a lot. So he's adopted in his family. It's still relatives, and he hasn't really quite fit in. He's talked about that, and he has this brother who is a douche canoe. He is horrible and terrible, and I hate him. Even that they only showed him 2 times really, except in flashbacks. But the interesting thing with that was they did go into his backstory, and they show that he still has problems with his brother, and going into it, you're thinking that's going to get resolved. It doesn't. It doesn't. And, some people might have a problem with that being introduced in the story and not being resolved being a problem. But quite honestly, I have to say that doesn't bother me at all, because that wasn't the point of the story. And the brother was never meant to be a continuation importance to him. So, I was fine that they kind of like introduced that he had this rocky relationship with his brother, and they let it, it just keeps going. You never get a resolve for it. And because that really isn't the point, it is he finds hope, love, and happiness with Minoru and Tane here, and he has his happy ending with them, and he moves on, and maybe in the future he'll resolve things with his brother, but for right now that wasn't the point. And I thought that was a really cool thing to do in this story, because it wasn't like, let's throw in information here and you don't get anything else from it. Like, I didn't feel that with this. I felt like it was on purpose. It was like to give you an understanding of Yutaka's character, how lonely he really does feel. Like, he gets sick on Christmas and he just gets really sad, and then Minoru comes and like brings him food and stuff, and like takes care of him and hangs out with him for a little bit, and he talks about how happy it made him because he was starting to get real sad and lonely. And Minoru says, "I'll stay until you're not lonely anymore." Oh my god, they are just the best. Like, even though this is a one shot, I really like seeing how their love blossom in this one story. All the backstory I got was like enough to keep it driven. Because sometimes you get stories that are 3 volumes long and you don't get as much in-depth progression than you did in this. And this is... So it's like 238 pages long, which is actually quite a bit. But that was like enough for me. Like, I got enough character development, enough of seeing this romance blossom and grow. Backstory with, you get a little bit with him, but not a whole lot. It's mostly Yutaka's backstory, because you get to see him grow from being this lonely guy to not so lonely anymore. It was just a really beautiful, serene story. So, if you were thinking about reading this and you weren't sure, definitely read it. Definitely go for it. It is real good. I can't stress that enough. Like, everybody's been raving about it, and yeah, for good reason too, because it's fucking awesome. It is good. It is beautiful. And let me tell you, one of my favorite tropes. I have a few favorite tropes and stories like these. This didn't happen in this, but I love it when a character buys rings for the other, and they wear like basically engagement rings, but they can't get married, or they can. There's certain stories where they go around that. They'll do adoption, or I married my best friend to shut up my parents. I did that in an interesting way. But I love it when a story does that. I'm like, yes, buy rings for each other, yay! Or I love it when a character is like, let's move in together, move in with me, or blah blah blah. I'm really hoping that's gonna happen to Hanto Yaju because Aki basically lives at Timaharu's place anyway, and they aren't living together yet. I want them to live together. Aki has a ring. I just need to see this happen. I need to see them move in together and find some sort of way to get married. God, I don't care how they do it. They gotta fucking get married somehow. But anyway, this falls on one of those tropes. And I was really happy when I read that, and I was like, yay! Because it's so beautiful. And one last thing, what I really loved was, you can tell when Yutaka finally tells like his life story to Minoru, he uses this drawing of Tane did of him, and he uses the drawing to tell the story. And I actually thought it was very powerful because you could tell it was too hard for him to talk about himself. So you get the whole story told in like these kid drawings. And it was very powerful and emotional, and it really tugged at me because you're just like reading it and you're like, Yutaka, baby, I know you're struggling to tell this story. Sorry, I sound really country there. And then you're like, yes, it was very hard for you. It was. Oh my god. It's so good. It's so good. Read it. Definitely read it. It's good. It is fluffy. It is cute. It is emotional. It is driven. It is powerful. I was not expecting that. I was just expecting this cute story, and I was like, okay. And I fucking cried. And I cried again. And I cried again. And I cried again. All in good ways, though. Well, except for one part. I was like, oh, my baby! But, yeah. Yeah, it's good. Read it. It is, Mita Ori. Our dining table. I keep trying to say dining room table. It is 7 Seas. Which I really like 7 Seas. I love the quality they put into their mangas a lot. I know that 7 Seas wouldn't take on Hanto Yaju, but because it's too long, and I usually do shorter stories or one-shots. But oh, and before I forget, God, I wish I had my Kindle with me. Oh, no, never mind. I'll just make a bonus video and I'll talk about that in it because I cannot make a video today and not talk about it. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Okay, I guess I'll end this video because I'm really excited to talk about this next thing and I gotta get prepared. So, read Our Dining Room Table. It's really good. It's wonderful. You should support the author and get it and buy it. It's fantastic. So yeah, do that. By the way, I was still listening to Bayside. Almost finished the whole album. I'll put that in the disclaimer for sure. So stay tuned for my next video because I have something else to talk about. Because I'm so excited. Bye everyone.